To our pro learners, I have sent the invite. Please join me. Join the live session. We'll just wait for a couple of minutes, allow others to join, and then start. Topic for today is reported speech. Let's wait for a couple of minutes. Guys, I've sent the invite. Please join me. Sending it again.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. We'll just wait for a couple of minutes. Our learners are still joining. So just to start with, what is a reported speech? Simple question. Anyone can answer while we wait for others to join. What is a reported speech?
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, what is the question?
What is a reported speech?
Okay, sir. Sir, any story that we deliver in my own way that we call reported speech.
Not story, statement, any
Sir.
statement. Okay, yeah. Anyone
Yes.
else?
Yes,
Yep.
sir. Any statement is the a speech. A speech is the two type of a speech. Reported direct speech and indirect speech. Direct speech, he said, I am a boy. That
Okay.
type is, yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
What is the reported speech for this? Indirect speech.
He said he is a boy. Again, he said that he is a boy, ma'am.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's correct. Yes, that's correct. Absolutely. So reported speech is basically when you report something, right? So you use reported speech when someone else, like for example, when we tell someone what another person said. Okay, so for example, let's say she likes ice cream, or let's say I like ice cream. Okay, in the direct speech, reported speech, you can say he says or he said that he likes ice cream. Okay, so we don't need to change the tense. That is very important. Whatever the tense is in the direct speech, you keep it the same in the indirect as well. we'll look at how it goes. So reported speech, just as a simple explanation, is when we tell someone what another person said. Okay. So we use direct speech and indirect speech. So for example, you say, I work in a restaurant, said, comma. So this is in inverted commas, like a dialogue, a statement. So it says, I work in a restaurant, comma, said Sham, for example. Okay. In indirect speech, you would say, Ram said that he worked in a restaurant. Okay. So simple. So you keep the tense the same. It's just that in direct speech, it's the speaker directly speaking to you. In indirect speech or reported speech, you are reporting something said by someone. Okay. So let's look at the topic and start with the first slide. Okay. Anyone who reads Hindi? Yes. Abhay, go ahead. Read the first slide.
Yes, sir. He said, I like ice cream. उसने कहा मुझे आइसक्रीम पसंद है. यह डायरेक्ट स्पीच है. हम किसी की कही गई बात को उन्हीं के वक्ता के शब्दों में दोहरा रहे हैं, क्योंकि बोलने वाला खुद को आई से संबोधित करता है. इसलिए जब हम उन्हीं के शब्दों में बात दोहराते हैं तो कहे गए वाक्य में आई आता है. जब हम वक्ता के शब्दों में बात दोहराते हैं तो कहे गए वाक्य को इन्वर्टेड कॉमास के अंदर लिखते हैं. She said that she liked ice cream. उसने कहा कि उसको आइसक्रीम पसंद है. यह रिपोर्टेड स्पीच है. हम किसी की कही गई बात को अपने शब्दों में दोहरा रहे हैं. यहाँ बोलने वाला सी थर्ड पर्सन है. इसलिए जब हम उसकी कही बात को दोहराते हैं तो हम उसको सी से ही संबोधित करते हैं. Yes, sir.
Well done. Thank you. So here it's mentioned in bracket just for our understanding. Even if you just make a statement, she said she likes ice cream or she liked ice cream, it's fine. You don't need to use that in this particular case. It's just given for explanation. So yes, exactly what we just discussed in inverted commas, right? So this is a direct speech. Someone has said it. Wakta ke kahe gaye vakya, that's what it basically means. The speaker himself or is stating something. So that's why she said, I like ice cream. When I say I, that means that the person is stating that I like ice cream. The same thing you want to tell someone else about her. You would report it by saying, she said she liked ice cream. Okay. So here said in the past, obviously, so the tense has to stay the same. That's the topic we are going to discuss and see how the tenses need to be consistent with both the reported and the with the direct and indirect speech. You cannot change the tense because otherwise the meaning changes, right? So well done. Thank you. Let's continue with Gautam. Go ahead, read the next slide.
Yes, sir. I said I am the best student of the class. मैंने कहा मैं कक्षा का सबसे अच्छा विद्यार्थी हूँ. I said that I was the best student of the class. मैंने कहा कि मैं कक्षा का सबसे अच्छा विद्यार्थी था. यहाँ आप स्वयं के द्वारा कही गई बात को ही रिपोर्ट कर रहे हैं. यहाँ बोलने वाले आप स्वयं हैं, आई. इसलिए रिपोर्टेड स्पीच में पर्सनल प्रोनाउन आई नहीं बदलेगा, क्योंकि आप स्वयं के शब्दों में बात करते समय स्वयं को आई से ही संबोधित करेंगे.
Absolutely. So I said I am the best student. So obviously, when you're talking about yourself, you will refer to yourself as you know. So I will stay I, right? So I said I was the best student. I am the best student of the class. I said that I was the best student of the class. Okay. So the tense stays the same. Obviously, you need to use the personal pronoun here because you're talking about yourself. That's the explanation given here. Okay. Let's continue with Suresh. Go ahead, read the next slide.
She told Neha, you are pretty. उसने नेहा को कहा तुम
Slow.
सुंदर हो.
Go slow. Go slow. Yeah.
पहले वाक्यों में क्रिया की डायरेक्ट स्पीच है. हमें बात को बोलने वाला के शब्दों में दोहरा रहे हैं. She told Neha that she was pretty. उसने नेहा को कहा कि वो सुंदर है. यू सी में इसीलिए बदला क्योंकि रिपोर्टेड कहते समय नेहा आपके लिए थर्ड पर्सन है. अन्य पुरुष रिपोर्टेड स्पीच है. नेहा 20% है. सेकंड पर्सन, इसीलिए नहीं है क्योंकि आप सीधे उससे बात नहीं कर रहे हैं.
Okay, thank you. She told Neha, you are pretty. So someone else told the other person. Okay. So here it says उसने नेहा को कहा तुम सुंदर हो. पहले वाक्य में क्योंकि डायरेक्ट स्पीच है, हम बात को बोलने वाले के शब्द में दोहरा रहे हैं. The same thing that we mentioned earlier. She told Neha that she was pretty. उसने नेहा को कहा कि वह सुंदर है. Here it says you here is referring to she. Okay. मैं इसलिए बदला क्योंकि रिपोर्ट करते समय नेहा आपके लिए थर्ड पर्सन, फर्स्ट पर्सन, सेकंड पर्सन, थर्ड पर्सन. द अर्लियर सेंटेंसेस वर अबाउट फर्स्ट एंड द सेकंड पर्सन. यू आर जस्ट स्टेटिंग what someone else said, but here that's not the case. Here Neha is the second person. Neha becomes third person. So there's she is the second person who told Neha you are pretty. So it says she में इसलिए बदला क्योंकि रिपोर्ट करते समय नेहा आपके लिए थर्ड पर्सन. आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट नेहा, सो नेहा विल बिकम द थर्ड पर्सन इन दिस केस. रिपोर्टेड स्पीच में नेहा सेकंड पर्सन इसलिए नहीं है क्योंकि आप सीधे उससे बात नहीं कर रहे हैं. यू आर नॉट टॉकिंग टू नेहा, यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द पर्सन हु इज शी. शी इज द सेकंड पर्सन, नेहा इज द थर्ड पर्सन. Guys, please be on mute. Yeah, thank you. So here is first person, second person, third person. Neha becomes the third person. She becomes the second person. You're not talking to Neha directly. She is the third person. So someone else, the second person, told the third person that she was pretty. That's exactly the reported speech given here. She told Neha, you are pretty. She told Neha that she was pretty. Okay. All right, let's continue. Basudev, go ahead. Read the next slide.
Sachin said, I work in Delhi. सचिन ने कहा मैं दिल्ली में काम करता हूँ. Direct speech, Sachin said, I work in Delhi. Sachin said that he worked in Delhi. सचिन ने कहा कि वो दिल्ली में काम करता था. Reported speech जहाँ worked में बदल गया क्योंकि
रिपोर्टेड स्पीच का वर्ब सेड.
रिपोर्टेड स्पीच का वर्ब सेड
भूतकाल में है, इन द पास्ट टेंस.
है. जब हम डायरेक्ट स्पीच को रिपोर्टेड स्पीच में बदलता है तो अगर रिपोर्टेड वर्ब इज सेड भूतकाल में हो तो रिपोर्टेड स्पीच का टेंस डायरेक्ट स्पीच में दिया टेंस का भूतकाल रूप बदल जाता है. कभी-कभी ऐसे वाक्यों में टेंस नहीं बदलता. ये तब होता सर लेटर सेंटेंस इज नॉट सीन.
नो प्रॉब्लम. यह तब होता है जब हम जो बोल रहे हैं वो भी सच हो या कोई यूनिवर्सल ट्रूथ हो. So basically what it states, thank you. So what it basically states is that there are times when you don't change the tense when you're talking about universal truths. Universal truth is sun is a star, sun rises in the east, sets in the west. Okay. So there are several universal truths. We don't need to go into that. It simply states that tense does not change when you're talking about universal truths. In the first one, just for our understanding, look at the first one here. Okay. So he says the first one sentence is Sachin said I work in Delhi. So if the sentence was Sachin says I work in Delhi, then it's in the present tense. Here the statement is made in what? When is the statement made? In the past, right? So that's what it states here. Reported speech, यहाँ worked में बदल गया क्योंकि reported speech का verb said भूतकाल में है. So here it says जब हम direct, just a minute, couple of our learners are still joining. Okay. Here it says जब हम direct speech को reported speech में बदलते हैं तो अगर reported verb said भूतकाल में हो तो reported speech का tense direct speech में दिए tense का भूतकाल रूप बन जाता है. Simple thing here, it says direct speech. Sachin said I work in Delhi. The statement was made in the past. Although it says I work in Delhi is in the present context, but that present context is relevant in the past. So that's why when you're reporting that thing that Sachin said, you will have to use Sachin said he worked in Delhi. So similar example here, let's say, we'll look at the tenses later. Here, just understand it's used in the simple past tense. Sachin said, I work in Delhi. Work will become worked. Why? Because the reported speech, the reported verb was said, and said is used in the past. Says is in the present, said in the past. Okay. Anyone has any doubt about this? If yes, please feel free to ask before we move to the exercise. Or any doubt about any of the, slides, the explanations. Let's quickly do a recap. It says, she said, I like ice cream. The person said, you're talking about the second person. Okay. So that when you change it to a direct into a reported speech, it will become, she said. You don't have to use that. It's just given for reference. She said she liked ice cream. Why like becomes liked is because said is reported in the past. The verb is in the past. So you'll have to use it in the past tense. She said, I like ice cream. This was said in the past. So that's why logically also it makes sense when you're reporting some statement made in the past, you will need to use it as a past tense. So the tense consistency with tense is very important. She said she liked ice cream, not likes. Why? Because the verb is said, and this was said in the past. Okay, that was the first one. The second one was, I said I am the best student of the class. I said I was the best student. I am will become I was. Why? Because you had said this in the past. You're not talking about you being the presently the current, the best student. You had said this in the past that you were the best student. I said I am the best student. Maine kaha tha. That's what it basically means. So I said I was the best student of the class. Here it talks about the personal pronoun I. You are talking about yourself. There's no second person, third person involved. So obviously you will have to stick to that, and you will need to use I when you are reporting it as a personal pronoun. Okay, that was the second one. The third one here was about the third person. The first two we discussed about the personal pronoun and the second person. Here it becomes about the third person. Why? Look at the sentence. She told Neha, you are pretty. Usne past में Neha से कहा कि you are pretty. So for you, she is the second person because you've got nothing to do with Neha. You're not having conversation with Neha. So Neha becomes the third person for you. So when you are reporting something said by the second person to the third person, this is how you'll report it. She told Neha that she was pretty. When you say she was pretty, here she was pretty refers to Neha. Okay. She told Neha, you are pretty. Usne Neha ko kaha tha in the past, you are pretty. So you will need to report it. Told again is in the past tense. So she told Neha that she was pretty. Again, it will become the past tense. Second person, third person. Second person for you is she. Neha is the third person. Okay. This one simply talks about, it's similar to the previous ones. Sachin said, I work in Delhi. Sachin ne kaha, I work in Delhi. When? In the past. So you are reporting. The verb is said. You'll have to stay consistent with the tense. Sachin said he worked in Delhi. So work will become work. Similar to what we discussed in the earlier sentences. Okay. Everyone's clear? Anyone has any doubt? Please feel free to ask before we move on to the exercise. If time permits, we'll look at some other tenses as well. Let's start with the exercise. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Kamal, can you hear me?
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Go ahead. First read the sentence given in the question and then.
Boil the water.
Yeah. पहले वो sentence पढ़िए, जोर से पढ़िए.
I boiled the water before drinking, he said.
इसको reported speech में चुनिए. सही select कीजिए. This he said would be in the I boiled the water before drinking. It's in the inverted comma. It's understood. It's a direct speech. Now tell me which is the correct option.
He said that he boiled the water before drinking.
Very good. Excellent. Boil becomes boiled. Okay. He said that he boiled the water before drinking. So your correct answer is the
second one.
Second one. Absolutely right.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Go ahead, Kamal. You can answer the next one as well. Go ahead.
I always drink coffee. She said that she always drink. She said that always drink. She said that she always drank coffee.
I always drink coffee, she said. What is the read the sentences, both the sentences?
I I always drink coffee. Uh, she said that she always drank coffee.
Good. Drink you selected as drunk or drank?
Drank.
Read it again. What is the
She
past tense
said
of
that
drink?
drank.
Okay, yes, that is correct. Okay. Drunk can be used as well as the past participle. Okay. So drunk is the past participle, drank is the past tense. So now tell me which is the correct one. The fourth one, right?
Yes, sir. Fourth
Yeah.
one, sir.
Fourth one, yes. So this sentence, drunk is the correct word. However, it's the past participle. So drink, base form, drank, past tense, and past participle is drunk. Okay. Like eat, ate, eaten. Similarly, drink, drunk, drink, drank, drunk. So that's why we'll use the second form, which is the past tense. So that's why she said that she always drank coffee, not drunk coffee. Okay. That drunk is used as the past participle, not as a past tense. Okay. All right. Thank you. Well done. Let's continue with Mukesh. Can you hear me? Mukesh, can you hear me? You're on mute, Mukesh. I'm unable to hear you. Okay, some issue. We'll come back to you. Ajmol, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Go ahead. Read the next slide.
Yeah, sir. A reported speech. मैं अनुवाद करते समय हमेशा टेंस रिपोर्टेड वर्ब says, said, told, said to के मुताबिक बदल जाता है. Example: I walk in Ahmedabad. He told. He told me that he walk in Ahmedabad. He says, I'm going to the park. He says that he is going to the park. He said, I am going to the park. He said that he was going to the park. He said to me, I am going to the park. He told me that he was going to the park.
Good. Reported speech में अनुवाद करते समय हमेशा tense reported verb से says, said, told, said to के मुताबिक बदलता है. So this is a very good example given here. I work in Ahmedabad. He told. Okay. He told me that he worked in Ahmedabad. Simple thing, work becomes work. The other thing stays the same. You are just reporting what the other person told you. He told me that he worked in Ahmedabad. I work in Ahmedabad, he told. Here is just added me. It's understood. It's understood that the person is talking to someone. You're talking about the other person, second person. So he told me that he worked in Ahmedabad. He says, I'm going to the park. This is in the present context. It's not in the past. It's not he said. It's he says. So he says that he is going to the park. So this one is what tense? He says, I'm going to the park is in the continuous tense here used, right? So when you're talking about in the continuous form, you need to use it that way, right? So here, the simple continuous is, he says, I am going to the park. Abhi ja raha hoon. Uninterrupted activity. I am going. So he says that he is going to the park. So nothing changes. Keep the tense the same. Stays the same here. Why? Because you're talking about the continuous form, right? So that's why it stays the same. Okay. Let's look at this one in the past. Okay. So he said, I am going to the park. ये पहले कहा गया था, अभी नहीं कहा है. जो पहला वाला सेंटेंस है he says वो अभी के रेलेवेंस में है. It's in the current context. This one is in the past context. So he said that he was going to the park. So this will become the past continuous. Okay. This will become the past continuous. All right. The fourth one here, it says, he said to me, I am going to the park. He told me. Said becomes told. He told me that he was going to the park. The other thing stays the same. Anyone has any doubt about these sentences? Actually, good explanation here. This you can use it and keep in mind when you are doing the exercise as well. For understanding, these are very good sentences because the sentences are the same. They've just used different tenses to give an explanation about says, said, told, said to. Just look at it again. I work in Ahmedabad. He told me that he worked in Ahmedabad. He says, I'm going to the park, the present context. He says that he is going to the park. He said in the past, I am going to the park. So obviously, sentence will become the past. He said that he was going to the park. He said to me, I am going to the park. He told me. Said becomes told. He told me that he was going to the park. Okay. Anyone has any doubt about these sentences? There's actually a very good explanation given here. Clear? Everyone on the same page? Okay. Good to know. Let's continue with Ajmol. Go ahead. Answer the next one.
Yes,
Read both the sentences. Okay.
I'm reading a book. He explained.
Go ahead.
He explained that he was reading a book.
Excellent. Very good. I am reading a book. He explained in the past. He explained that he was reading a book. Very good answer. Well done. Let's continue with Khushbu. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Go ahead. Answer the next one. Read both the sentences.
I am brushing my teeth. He said. He said that he was brushing his teeth.
Brushing. Sure. Sure sound. Read it again.
He said that he was brushing his teeth.
Very good. He said that he was brushing his teeth. Good. He said that he was brushing his teeth. Well done. Go ahead. Answer the next one. Read both the sentences. Yeah.
Zoya arrived on Monday. He said that Zoya had arrived on Monday.
Excellent. Very good.
Second.
Absolutely right. Well done. So this is in the past perfect. Okay. This is in the past perfect. So well done. He said that Zoya had arrived on Monday. Well done. Very good. Good answer. Okay. Let's continue with Mukesh. Can you hear me now? Okay. Limbaji, can you hear me?
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes,
Hello. Go ahead. Read the
Yes.
11th one.
They borrowed my pens, she said.
Read it again. Read the sentence again.
She borrowed my pen, she said. They borrowed my pen, she said.
Go ahead. What is the correct answer?
For her to borrow. Third one, sir.
Read it.
She said that they had borrowed her pen.
Good. Very good answer. Good. Go ahead. Answer the next one.
I have been to the fruit market, she said.
He said.
Said that he had been to the fruit market.
Pura sentence padhiye. Always read the entire sentence.
He said that he had been to the fruit market.
Good. He said that he had been. Yes, he been absolutely makes no sense. He said that he had been to the fruit market. Okay, well done. Good, thank you. Let's continue. Jaspreet, go ahead, answer the next one.
Yes, sir. She explained that she had just turned out the light.
Read both the sentences.
Yes, sir. I had just turned out the light, she explained. She explained that she had just turned out the light.
She explained that she had just turned out the light. Okay. Just give me a minute. Yes, I had just turned out the light. She explained that she had just turned out the light. Well done. Go ahead, answer the next one.
We had gone out for lunch, he said. He said that they had gone out for lunch. Second one.
Okay. We'd gone out for lunch, he said that they had gone out for lunch. Correct. Well done. Thank you. Anyone who's just joined? Yes. Ritu, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead. Answer the next one. दोनों sentence पढ़िए. पहले question वाला and then give us the correct answer.
We have been watching the TV since morning, he exclaimed. And said, he exclaimed that they had been watching the TV since morning.
Very good. Past perfect continuous. Had been watching TV since morning. He exclaimed that they had been watching the TV since morning. Okay.
Sir,
Yep.
what is the difference between two sentences?
The second one, the spelling mistake.
Watching spelling mistake.
It's W-O.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Go ahead, Ritu, answer the next one.
We have been sleeping for hours, he said. He said that they had been sleeping for hours.
Said that, sleeping 4 hours. Good. We've been sleeping for hours, he said that they had been sleeping for hours. Well done. Good. Let's continue. Suresh, go ahead, answer the next one.
Yes, sir.
पहले हिंदी सेंटेंस पढ़िए.
उसने मुझे कहा कि वे दिन में सोए हुए थे. Yes, sir. They told me that they had been sleeping in the day.
उसने मुझे कहा कि वे दिन में सोए थे. They told me
That
they
told me that they had been sleeping in the day.
correct. Well done. Thank you. Abhay, go ahead, answer the next one. Abhay, can you hear me? Okay. Gautam.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay,
Yes,
Abhay,
sir.
go ahead.
They told me that they had been living in Kolkata.
Very good. मुझे बताया कि वो कोलकाता में रह रहे थे. They told me that they had been living in Kolkata. Good. All right. Gautam, go ahead, answer the next one.
Okay, sir. सर, उसने कहा कि वह रविवार को असम में होगा. He said that he would be in Assam on Sunday.
Good. Vasudev, go ahead, answer the next one. Vasudev, go ahead, answer the next one. Vasudev, can you hear me? Yep.
Sir, the
No problem.
sentence is, he said that he will go to meet her next Friday. It is showing correct, but I think it is not correct, sir.
Read the Hindi sentence.
उसने कहा कि वो उससे अगले शुक्रवार के मिलने जाएंगे.
को मिलने जाएंगे. Yeah.
जाएंगे.
What was the sentence?
He
He said that
he will go to meet her next Friday. But sir, it should be he would go to meet her next Friday, sir.
Both, he said that he will go. See, here in this case, you're using it in terms of the future. So what is the sentence given here? He said that he will go to meet her next Friday. You can say that. It's fine. You can use either of the two. I don't think it's a mistake.
Sir,
minute.
Hindi sentence
but-
is present context. That's why.
नहीं, उसने कहा कि वह अगले. So here what it basically means is that the sentence is here it's talking about the future. Okay, so from the present context saying that you will do something in future, here in this particular context you can use will and would. Both are grammatically correct. It's fine. Nothing wrong with it.
But sir, if the principal clause is in the past tense, the subordinate clause would be in past tense.
Here in reported speech, it's fine. You can use will because you're talking. Here clearly says कि अगले Saturday को, अगले Friday को मिलने जाएंगे. So even if you say he will go, it's fine. You can use that in this context. Your point is valid, but here in this case, you can say that he said in the past that he will go to meet her next Friday. As I mentioned, you can use would as well. That's fine. It's okay. You can use would. I agree to your point. Ideally, you prefer to use would. It's preferable. However, in this case, you can say that. Nothing wrong with it. But yes, just because we are looking at tense consistency, go with would. That's fine. Go with would. Okay? Go with would. He said that he would go to meet her next Friday. Better way of putting across, because we will stick to the rules where referring to something from the past in terms of something happening in future. So yes, correct. I take your point. Use would. Will is not incorrect, but would is the preferable choice here in this case. Take that. Okay, thank you. So yes, it should have ideally been. It could have been would here. It should have been actually. That's fine. Use that. Okay. So let's say, for example, let's say someone says, "I will be in Delhi. I will be in Delhi on Monday." He said. Same sentence. How would you change it to future?
Sir,
I mean, the present conditional.
He said that he would be Delhi in the next week, sir.
I mean, yeah, he
This
said
will
that
be
he would
correct
be in
one.
Delhi on Monday. Yeah, very good.
Yes.
Yes, so stick to would. Yeah, would is a preferable choice. Thank you. Yes, just to ensure that there's a consistency in terms of the tense. Okay. All right, so we're almost done with the topic. So I don't have, this is it. Yeah, this is important. Anyone who's just joined, okay. Yeah, Isha, go ahead. Why don't you read this for us? Direct से reported speech में बदलते वक्त tense इस प्रकार से बदलते हैं. Just read it. Simple present tense changes. Okay, can't see it. Okay, that's okay. You see it now?
No.
That's okay. So this just for our understanding. Simple present tense changes to simple past. Present continuous tense changes to past continuous. Just take a screenshot of this if you want. Simple past tense changes to past perfect. That's a sentence that we discussed a couple of times. Present perfect changes to past perfect. Past perfect changes to past perfect tense. Stays the same rather. Future tense, present conditional tense, the same one that we just discussed. And future continuous tense, conditional continuous tense. Okay. Just have a look at this. The same sentence we just discussed. I will be in Delhi on Monday, he said. He said that he would be in Delhi on Monday. This is the second last one that we just discussed, the previous slide. Simple present,
Sir,
simple past.
hello, sir.
Yep.
Future continuous tense become a conditional continuous tense. What this means?
उसका मतलब ये है, for example, I say, he said, I will be using the bike next Friday. For example, okay. He said, I will be using the car or the bike next Friday. This will become what? He said that he would be using the bike next Friday. Got it?
Okay, sir. Yes.
Yeah. So will be using, मतलब वो future continuous में I will be using will become the conditional continuous. That's it.
Okay, sir.
Generally, वो future continuous sentences are not very common. I mean, you rarely use those, but yeah, conditional continuous. So आगे चल के मैं ये करूंगा अगले Friday or whatever day it is. So that will become the conditional one. Yeah, that was missing in the text, but yeah, that's the example. I'll type it here if you want me to. He said, I'll be using the bike next Friday. Okay. This will become he said that he would be using the bike next Friday. Okay. Typed it, but it's not getting reflected. Yeah, just understand it. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So this is it, guys. Just remember this: simple present, simple past, present continuous, past continuous, simple past, past perfect, present perfect, past perfect, past perfect, past perfect. So there are three things here: simple past, present perfect, and past perfect. They stay as the past perfect. Then future tense obviously changes to present conditional tense, and future continuous tense changes to continuous conditional conditional continuous tense, which we just discussed. Okay. So that's it, guys. I don't have much for today because we've done reported speech. I want you all to practice some sentences in your free time. I don't have an exercise for today. Maybe next time when we do the direct speech, I will recap this and join together as one entire exercise where I will share the screen and or I'll ask you all some questions. For now, I have nothing much. So you all can take a break. I will see you guys at 4 p.m. Okay. Keep practicing the tense. We will still have 15 minutes to go for the end of the session. So I want you all to, if possible, just practice some, some of the situations that we just discussed in terms of direct and indirect speech with those tenses that we discussed. Okay. So have a great afternoon. Enjoy your break, and I'll see you guys in the evening at 4. Okay. The afternoon at 4 rather. Okay. Take care. See you soon in an hour.